Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the January 2022 month ahead zodiac sign predictions. We're going to go through all 12 zodiac signs. The month of January is about to be huge. There's some major shifts astrologically, so I really wanted to make this video. And we're also going to start doing monthly zodiac sign predictions just because I was looking at all of 2022 and there's some major stuff happening and I couldn't even fit it all into one video. So I was like, we're just going to break this down into monthly videos every month and go through each month. Otherwise, this video would be like 12 hours long. So we're going to start off with the month of January, of course, because January is right now. It's happening. January 1st. We're in 2022. I'm so excited. I'm filming this on New Year's Eve and I'm just very stoked about it. On the 18th of January, though, we have some huge stuff happening celestially because we have Uranus moving direct at the same time that the North Node moves into Taurus. It has been in the sign of Gemini for the past 18 months. And this has brought on, new awarenesses and new destinies for each of the signs because the North Node talks about your purpose, what we're moving towards, what we're focusing on, where our destiny is, and it stays in a zodiac sign for a full 18 months. So now it is going to be moving into the sign of Taurus on January 18th, and this is going to lead us to very many different places for each zodiac sign. So I'm really excited to make this video, and it's just very interesting that it's happening on the same day that Uranus also moves direct in the sign of Taurus as well. So it's just a really big time. January is going to be a really big month full of lots of changes, lots of redirection for each sign, lots of new focuses. And so we're just going to be talking about what that means for each sign in this video. And of course, a couple other things that are going on in the month of January as well. So if you guys are excited about this video, I also quickly forgot to mention, it is important to check out your sun, moon, and your rising sign because this will give you an over-encompassing, more in-depth look at your month of January. So since these are the personal planets in astrology, your sun, moon, and your rising sign, if you know your rising sign, definitely check out all of those because it'll give you a more in-depth sort of perspective on what your month of January is going to be like. And I personally find the rising sign to be the most accurate personally, so I highly recommend checking out your rising sign if you know it. That is based on the exact time of your birth, and there's different calculators online to go find out what your rising sign is if you do not know what it is. But you do need to know the exact time of your birth in order to figure it out, otherwise it will not be accurate. But yeah, with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so first off, let's talk about Aries. So the planet Uranus has been in your guys' second house, which deals with money, finances, your career, the material stuff that you own. And Uranus has been in here for the past couple of years. And this has brought on a lot of shifts and a lot of changes. Financially, you might have noticed that maybe finances have been just a little bit unpredictable, and maybe career has been a little bit unpredictable for you. It's been like, it has its highs, its lows, its unexpected outcomes and things like that within your career for the past couple of years. But we do have Uranus moving direct on January 18th, as well as the North Node moving into this house for you guys on January 18th. And the North Node is going to really help stabilize this area, really help you figure out what exactly your purpose is, because I feel like a lot of Aries have been kind of all over the place. Aries loves having new ideas. It loves having fresh beginnings. Aries is just a sign of newness. They love to experience new stuff. And so usually they can be all over the place in terms of their finances and careers and things like that. But the North Node is moving into this area. So this is going to bring a focus into your material world, your career world, your job, all things like that. So the next year and a half, the next 18 months for you guys, Aries, is going to be figuring out what your real purpose is in terms of career. It's going to help you change your spending habits. Like, what do you actually have as your goals when it comes to money and finances and your investments? How are you investing into yourself? Okay, so this is going to be a huge time of realizing maybe it's time to finally invest in myself, invest into my future, because you guys are finally figuring out what it is that you want to experience in your future. Like having a solid goal and a solid plan, and the North Node moving over here is going to help you realize, how can I actually make this happen? How can I find the path for that? And how can I invest into my future so that I can actually promise myself the future that I want? This is putting those plans into action. This is getting your life in order, having more structure and routine in your life as well, which usually Aries don't really care for structure and routine very much. But with North Node moving into your guys' second house, there's going to be more of a focus on structure and routine. even though Uranus is still transiting this area and will still be transiting here for quite some time. So it is still going to be full of unexpected shifts, unexpected changes, which I think you guys as Aries are pretty used to anyway. But with North Node again moving in this area, it will add more focus here, more structure, and just more inspiration in general in this area. Anytime North Node is in a certain particular area, it adds lots of inspiration in that area, lots of purpose, and feeling like that's where we want to go, that's where we want to head in that particular direction. So it is adding more structure to your life and will bring out more abundance financially, most likely in unexpected ways though, since Uranus, the planet Uranus, is still in this area as well. Also on the 24th of January, Mars will be entering your guys' 10th house in Capricorn, because that is the ruler of your guys' 10th house for Aries. But this area is going to highlight you guys finally taking action on an idea that you have, especially if it's in terms of career. Since 10th house is the career house and known as the goal house, so any goals that you have, any big desires that you have, with Mars beginning to transit this area on January 24th, this is about springing your ideas into action. This is about finally taking action on those ideas and on those big goals that you have. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the plans start getting figured out as the North Node moves into your guys' second house and you guys are figuring out those plans and thinking of those big ideas and what you guys want to reach. Then with Mars moving into the 10th house, this is going to allow you guys to take action in this area. And then Venus also finally goes direct on the 29th in Capricorn in your 10th house, which brings about more financial abundance. It's bringing about an ease in this area, more inspiration in this area, and again, possible financial abundance as well, since this area is also about finances and Venus also rules money as well because it's very connected to Taurus. And so this is just kind of increasing your finances in general. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys either start businesses or get a raise or get some sort of idea that allows you to expand yourself monetarily. So that is what I have for you guys for the month of January. It's very career focused and very much about what goals you want to reach and your purpose and taking action towards that. So that is what the month of January is all about, which I think is perfect for you guys because it is jumping into sort of a new energy this year. And you guys are starting it off right, in my opinion, with all that you have going on celestially. So that is for my Aries sun, moons, and risings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to check out your other top 3 signs, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so let's talk about Taurus. So you guys, there's some big stuff happening for Tauruses, especially because North Node is again moving into your guys' sign. And again, this zodiac prediction is for Taurus suns, moons, and risings, okay? So whenever we have the North Node moving over here, this is going to highlight Taurus's first house. So the first house is all about the self. Now it is time to focus on you. What are your goals? What are your dreams? And I feel like you guys have been going through a time of changing yourself up for the past couple of years because Uranus has been in the sign of Taurus for the past few years, or a couple years, I should say. But this has been shifting your identity a lot. So you guys, I think, have been trying to figure out who exactly am I? There's possibly been career shifts for the past couple of years with Uranus in your guys' sign. There's possibly been some huge major personal shifts in your personal life. Honestly, when the planet of Uranus is in your sign, this is just going to cause major shifts over your whole life, really. And so the past couple of years it has been here and it is going to stay here for a few more years. So definitely just hunker down and enjoy it because it's offering a lot of change. And with North Node moving into the sign of Taurus as well, this is going to finally start to highlight what purpose this has been so far. So it's finally going to start to bring out the realizations and awarenesses of what purpose the previous couple years have had. So all the changes that you've been going through, it has had deep purpose and it's finally time to start realizing what that is. And the North Node is going to be here for the next 18 months. So the next 18 months is realizing how all of these changes are actually working in your benefit and how you can actually utilize them to better yourself in order to create and revamp an entire new you. And usually Tauruses don't really enjoy change very much. It depends what else you have going on in your astrology, but usually Tauruses, they like to stay pretty stagnant, but it's kind of like time for you guys to just embrace all the changes that are happening because it's inevitable. Taurus is going through massive shifts, massive changes. And again, with the North Node in here, it's going to start to highlight the actual purpose behind all of those changes. And you guys are finally going to start to realize, ooh, what trajectory do I want to go into? How do I actually want to build my life? How do I want to redefine myself so that I can become the best version of myself? This is now giving you guys the power to be the creator here. And you guys have had this power all along, but the North Node coming into this area just really highlights that for you. And so naturally, you are going to bring out a lot of awareness in this area of who do I actually want to be? What do I want to become? Where do I want to go? Also, with these transits happening, this is also going to possibly change up career for you a little bit more, your finances, and things like that, just because that's naturally what Taurus rules over. So there could be changes in your home life. There could be changes in your career. There could be changes just in yourself in general, just lots more changes happening. So just embrace these as they come. There might be a lot of rethinking in these areas. Mars is also going to start transiting your guys' 9th house on the 24th. And this is springing into action new ideas, new inspirations, and the desire to expand yourself. And so by the end of the month, there's going to be this new desire to expand more. And with Venus also finally going direct in Capricorn as well, which is again in your guys' 9th house, there is good luck with expansion. So expanding your money, expanding business, expanding your life in general, expanding who you are. So there's going to just be a lot of expansion. And this is going to be different for each Taurus out there, but there is just this idea of expansion around the end of January. So this again could be expansion in your home life, expansion in your work life, or expansion in your personal life in some kind of way here. But the 9th house is all about expansion and all about just wanting to broaden your mind, wanting to broaden your life in general. So you could even desire learning new things, picking up a new hobby, starting a new sort of routine in your life, just expansion in general. So I think there's going to be a lot of inspiration around the end of the month and just a lot more focus on who am I? How do I want to shift myself? So embrace these shifts, because right now I feel like Tauruses have this blank canvas situation going on where because of all this shifts, because of Uranus being in Taurus right now, it's kind of like you guys have a blank canvas and you can paint whatever you want on there. That's your life right now. And with North Node coming here, you get to really figure out what that purpose is and what your destiny is and what you really want to move towards and what you really want to create. So it's offering you this sort of new doorway, this new window. And so definitely take advantage of that while you can. Okay, so that is the month prediction ahead for the month of January for Taurus. Hope you guys have the best month ever. And again, don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising in the other signs of this video as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Geminis, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, welcome to your portion of the video. So January is going to be a very big month for Geminis, to say the least. So there is going to be a new moon in Capricorn on the 2nd, and Capricorn is Gemini's 8th house. So this is going to finally bring out this realization of what you really need to let go of and what you actually want to focus on. The 8th house is about endings and beginnings, and with the new moon in Capricorn, this is ending old goals, ending old barriers and restrictions and limitations, and finally opening you up to what do you want to expand into. What are these new goals that you want to reach? And how can we let go of the old limitations that we've had? So Gemini is having this whole new awakening, this whole new awareness on the 2nd with this new moon in Capricorn. And so it's going to be a very powerful time for you guys during this new moon. And also, of course, on the 18th of the month, Uranus is moving direct at the same time that the North Node moves into Taurus. So Uranus is moving direct in Taurus because it was retrograde for the past little bit. And the North Node is moving into the sign of Taurus on that exact same day. So lots of Taurus energy, which is Gemini's 12th house. So this is going to be highlighting deep unconscious stuff. This is going to be awakening Gemini's intuition more. This is going to be awakening Gemini's psychic abilities more, because the 12th house is all about our hidden talents, our hidden abilities, hidden addictions as well. So this is also going to bring a highlight towards healing old addictions, old patterns, old toxic behaviors. Now it's finally time to bring awareness to that and heal that so we don't fall into those realms anymore. So this is going to be healing your mindset. This is going to be healing Gemini's mind, right? Because Gemini can be all over the place. And with the North Node moving into the 12th house with Uranus over here, Uranus being in the 12th house for the past couple years has caused Gemini's mind to kind of be all over the place, and unexpected things just causing, you know, certain triggers or certain amazing experiences to happen, because Uranus, again, just, it kerfuffles everything. And the North Node moving here is going to finally bring a focus and almost like a lantern. Like, I see this as the Hermit card with the lantern bringing light to this area. And so finally you're going to start realizing, what is it that's been going on in your mind lately, and how can we heal these areas? Because by bringing awareness to these areas, we finally are able to let go of it and heal it. So for the next year and a half, Gemini is going to be healing their internal mind and kind of figuring out what their fantasy dream life looks like, because the 12th house is also where our fantasies lie, our hidden talents, and some special psychic abilities and things like that. So for Gemini, this is now a time of realizing hidden talents that you've always had, and also finally realizing, what does my dream life look like, and how can I bring fantasy to life? How can I bring fantasy to life? How can I let go of my mental blocks, my mental limitations, my mental habits that are keeping me stuck in the same routines? And how can I bring myself to my fantasy dream life? That is North Node transiting 12th house. And with Uranus over there, just adding lots of unexpected twists and turns here. So a lot of unexpected things will begin to happen with you, especially when it comes to uncovering your dreams and what does that really look like. This can be unexpected amazing things, this could be unexpected subconscious things that we need to heal and deal with, but it's going to be a mix of both. And I don't want you guys to be scared when I'm telling you guys this. North Node here adds so much purpose, so there's deep purpose here, and it's going to start unlocking creative abilities that you didn't even know you had. Because anytime we go through a negative experience, so even if negative things do come up for the next year and a half, this is actually going to be so good and so healing, because with North Node here, it is unlocking your purpose. It will be tied to you unlocking your purpose. As we know, a healer cannot become a healer without having to heal themselves. So they have to go through something that requires them to heal themselves, and then they're able to offer so much beauty to the world and heal the world, right? So this will be unlocking deep talents for Gemini. And so don't be worried about any of these transits, whether you guys go through hard times or amazing times, because there's going to be a mix of both, but they're both going to be unlocking Gemini's hidden inner talents. And again, also healing addictions, and also bringing you to realize what your fantasies are and how we can make that a reality. How can we make that a tangible reality, right? North Node in Taurus. Taurus is all about tangible reality, and the 12th house is about your fantasy dream life. So how can we bring your fantasy dream life to reality? And it's breaking through those old limitations, healing those old limitations, healing the toxic patterns that we have that are keeping us from our dream life. So now we're going to be able to heal those so we can actually make a tangible fantasy dream life. And also at the end of the month, we have Mars moving into the sign of Capricorn on the 24th. This is you guys taking action on what you need to get rid of in your life, because Capricorn again is the 8th house for Gemini. And so with Mars moving here, this is taking action on getting rid of the old-ish. You know, a lot of Geminis, I feel like, are going to desire to have like a huge like clean out or clear out of their life, like getting rid of old stuff, getting rid of clutter that's just laying around, whether that be mental clutter, physical clutter, emotional clutter, whatever it is. I think a lot of Geminis by the end of January are going to desire to get rid of a lot of ick in their life. And the 8th house is also about new beginnings. And so as we're getting rid of old stuff, we're also having a brand new fresh start. So a lot of Geminis are going to be very inspired around this time to have a brand new transformation, a new beginning, taking action on this transformation. And Venus is finally going to move direct on January 29th. And this is going to bring out a lot more abundance. Anytime Venus is in the 8th house, it brings out unexpected wins. So unexpected money coming in near the end of the month is a huge possibility for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or risings. So definitely look out for that as well, because that is a great place for just getting in unexpected money, or having ideas of being able to expand yourself in certain ways. I wouldn't also be surprised if a lot of Geminis want to either, change up their style or buy something new, because Venus can also be about buying something new or changing up something about yourself, whether that be your hair, your clothes, whatever. Venus does rule all the beauty stuff, right? So this could be a time of beautifying yourself as well near the end of January. So that is what's going on for my lovely Geminis. in January, and that is also kind of what's going to be a big focus for the next year and a half, is all of that Uranus and North Node stuff being in Taurus in the 12th house. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, this little astrology forecast for the month of January. I'll see you guys in the next one in February. And again, don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs here. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, so let's talk about Cancer for the month of January. There's kind of a lot going on here. Cancers actually have tons going on. I feel like I could talk about you guys for a long time, since we have a lot of stuff happening in Capricorn, which is your guys's 7th house. There's just been a lot going on in relationships, in terms of friendships, things like that, wanting to find who your real friends are, wanting to kind of like solidify deeper connections in your life lately. And we also do have a new moon in Capricorn happening on January 2nd. The new moon in Capricorn is affecting your 7th house, so it's highlighting your intimate friendships, your intimate relationships in your life. And this is going to be solidifying, realizing who are your solid friendships, who is your ride or die people, who do we want to climb the rest of our life with, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like realizing who's really going to be there, who's not. And I feel like there's a desire for maybe bringing about solid friendships, either refreshing old friendships or possibly even desiring to bring in new friendships and to have deeper connections in your life. And with that being said, we also do have a full moon in Cancer happening on the 17th of January. And of course, this is going to be in your guys' 1st house. The full moons are all about letting go. So there's going to be a huge aspect of yourself that you want to let go of. And I feel like Cancers have been going through a lot of mental stuff lately. And this is because the North Node has been in Gemini lately, which has been your guys' 12th house. But the North Node will be moving into your guys' 11th house on the 18th. But while we have this full moon the day before in your guys' 1st house, this is realizing that you guys want a reset. You guys want to let go of the old stuff in the past. The past couple years for you guys, I feel like, have been just a highlight of mental stuff, working through all this mental chatter and, you know, stuff. And I feel like you guys have been really wanting to let that go, really wanting to focus more on, you know, tangible reality and making reality the best it can be, rather than letting your mind just kind of be the focus, right? So Cancers, as you guys have this full moon, this is closing out that chapter. And it's funny that it's happening at the same time that the North Node is moving out of your mental house, the 12th house, and moving into your friendship house, the 11th house, right? So this is more about the world, more about friendships. And you guys have all of these transits happening that are talking specifically about this, with the new moon in Capricorn being in the 7th house, which is about deep friendships, deep connections, and kind of creating a new beginning here. And then with the full moon in Cancer on the 17th, it's closing out that old you. It's closing out an old chapter. So whatever you guys have been going through for the past couple years, that is finally being closed out, okay? You won't have to struggle with that anymore, okay? That is being closed out for Cancer. And then the North Node is again moving into your guys' 11th house. So the North Node being in Taurus in the 11th house, this is going to start solidifying friendships for you. So the next year and a half, the next 18 months to be specific, is going to be a huge focus on creating deep bonds, deep connections, creating a deeper purpose for you on this planet as well. And like, who are your real friends? Who are those people that you want to have close in your tight-knit circle, right? And the 11th house is also about meeting people in unexpected ways, making new connections in unexpected ways. And it can also be about deepening current friendships and finally being able to socialize more, finally being able to enjoy yourself more. I think that a lot of Cancers will be solidifying who their tribe is, right? So like your immediate circle of friends, who is that tribe? And over the next 18 months, you guys are going to be really solidifying that, because I feel like a lot of Cancers have been kind of like topsy-turvy with their friendships, or they feel like maybe they've been spending a lot of time alone, because anytime the North Node is in the 12th house, we find ourselves spending a lot of time alone. But now that it's moving into the 11th house, this is finally about expanding yourself in friendships, expanding your communication circle, expanding who you're talking to. It's a time that things are going to start to get a bit more busy, but in a really good way, in a way that you desire them to get busy. I think that you guys are also going to desire to make a lot of changes in your life, because the 11th house, which is very much Aquarius, Uranus type of energy, is also about major changes. And so I feel like a lot of Cancers are going to desire to have change in their life as the North Node moves here, and it's going to be conjuncting Uranus. Uranus has been in your 11th house for the past little while, which has made friendships and things like that feel a little bit out of control. But with North Node moving here, again, it's going to bring the focus on, you know, what your destiny is, who your real people are, what your destiny is with that, and also your destiny in terms of what you want to change in your life. I feel like a lot of Cancers are going to desire to change things up a little bit, because I feel like things have been maybe a little bit more stagnant. We've been kind of feeling like we've been stuck in a repeating cycle and things haven't really been changing all that much, but finally we're going to be able to invite more change in. And the 11th house does also deal with travel, and I feel like a lot of Cancers might think about, you know, possibly traveling more, possibly seeing the world more, or just expanding your knowledge. If your desire isn't about the world and seeing the world, this can also be just about expanding your knowledge, trying to gain more wisdom, you know, keeping up with world events, things like that, is also the 11th house. So wanting to kind of make a deeper purpose for yourself, and especially with, you know, finding out who your real friends are. And near the end of the month, we have Mars moving into Capricorn on the 24th of January. This is going to be your guys' 7th house. This is taking action on finding more balance in your life. This is also about a focus on, you know, wanting to be around people more and taking action towards that. And you might notice that certain emotions arise around this time. Anytime Mars transits an area, it brings about action, and also we're taking action because there's a lot of passion behind this. We really desire something. So I feel like you guys are really desiring to be more around people, possibly, and also just to find more balance in your life, because the 7th house is also about balance. And so wanting to balance out your alone time with friendship time, instead of having this be a teeter-totter always, right? Then we also do have Venus finally going direct in Capricorn on the 29th, which is your 7th house as well. So this is kind of like adding a bit more calmness in this area and adding a bit more fun in this area, because Venus is very fun and it's very much about relaxing and feeling good. So finally feeling good in the area of your deeper interpersonal relationships and finding more balance in your life as well. So that is what we have going on for my beautiful Cancers. Again, don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs in this video to get a more in-depth horoscope for the month of January. And I'll see you guys in my next monthly horoscope or my next video, all that jazz. I hope you guys have a great month. Bye. It got kind of dark in here because the sun is moving into all sorts of places right now. But with that being said, it is time to talk about my beautiful Leos for your month of January in 2022. So on the 2nd of the month, we have a new moon in Capricorn, which is highlighting your guys' 6th house. The 6th house is the house of health, work, routines, things like that. So I think that there's going to be this new sort of realization of what your health goals are. So it's highlighting what your health goals are. It's highlighting what your career goals are, new routines in your life. So it's highlighting this new sort of energy. What are your new goals? Because Capricorn is all about the climb to the new goals. They want to get to the top, right? And so it is going to be highlighting the health aspect of your life as well as the career aspect of your life, and wanting to kind of reach new goals here. On the 14th, we do also have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Mercury does move into Aquarius on the 2nd during that new moon, but then it goes retrograde in Aquarius on the 14th. And that is going to highlight bringing up people from your past, because Aquarius is your guys' 7th house, which is interpersonal relationships. And whenever we have Mercury retrograde, it usually does bring up people from the past. Maybe we're either going to be thinking a lot of people from our past, or we're going to desire to reach out to them, or we're going to notice that people from our past are just kind of like popping up in our life once again. So definitely be on the lookout for that as well, my Leo friends. And on the 18th of the month, we have Uranus moving direct in Taurus, as well as the North Node moving from Gemini into Taurus. So this is going to be highlighting Leo's 10th house. This is the house of work. This is the house of reaching huge goals. And so with the North Node moving over here, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Leos have this sort of new idea of what their purpose is and what they really want to do. Uranus has been in your guys' 10th house for the past couple of years, which kind of makes work and finances very wonky. We're either losing a lot, gaining a lot, or, feeling like things are a little bit unstable, because Uranus does bring out this instability sort of energy, but it can bring out lots of goodness, and it can also bring out certain challenges if we're not staying balanced. With the North Node moving here though, it's going to add tons of awareness to this area. And this is going to allow all you beautiful Leos for the next year and a half to finally balance this area out, to finally think about what is my real purpose, because the 10th house is very much about purpose, what we are desiring to do in terms of career, making money, and what our destiny is in terms of our, again, purpose. What is your purpose? And so all of my beautiful Leos with North Node moving here in Taurus, your career purpose is going to be finally shifting into what it's meant to be, what it has been meant to be all along. So you guys are finally realizing, what is your real purpose in terms of your career? What are you supposed to be doing with your life? And so there's going to be a huge sort of destiny shift here, and it might not shift your career all that much, but it will finally define the direction that you're supposed to be going in. And this is going to add a lot of clarity on what you're supposed to be doing. This is also going to add a lot more balance on, okay, do I actually want to save my money? Probably a good idea. So a lot of my Leos probably are going to desire to start investing their money a bit more, and to grow that money so that it kind of can feed their purpose a little bit more, so they can move forward in that direction, because we're finally needing to move forward in our 10th house and bring our destiny focus on our career, on our work, and to feel more comfortable in this area, because Taurus desires to feel comfortable. So with this sign moving into Taurus in your 10th house, which is your 10th house, this is bringing about desiring to feel more stability and more comfort in this area. Although again, Uranus is still going to be here for a few more years, so it will still add, you know, lots of unexpected twists and turns, but I feel like they're going to be very good twists and turns, especially with North Node moving here, because North Node brings out, again, lots of good luck. North Node is huge good luck. So being next to Uranus, this is lots of unexpected good luck in terms of career and finances and what your big goals are. So this is going to be a really great transit for you guys over the next 18 months. And it all begins all together on the 18th of January. Also, the planet of Mars on the 24th of January, the planet of Mars moves into Capricorn, which is your guys' 6th house. So this is going to be highlighting, again, your guys' health. So this is finally taking action towards your health to better your health. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Leos are more health conscious near the end of January and are taking action towards becoming healthier, making healthier choices in their life. And that can deal with physical health, or it can deal with mental health or emotional health, or all of the above. But there is a focus on needing to make yourself healthier, needing a healthier balance in your life, and Mars is coming here to allow you to take action on that. Okay, so there's a lot of action being taken in this area, and Venus also moves direct in Capricorn on the 29th, and this is going to allow you guys to have a lot more good luck in this area, to kind of beautify your life a little bit in this area, to finally get a better routine going, one that feels really good, one that is really good, getting rid of toxic stuff in your life, toxic habits, toxic routines, toxic people from the past, focusing on the betterment of your mental, emotional, and physical health. Okay, so that is what is going on for my beautiful Leos in the month of January. And again, this transit is going to be here for a while in terms of Uranus and the North Node moving here, but it is all starting in the month of January. So there's lots of big changes happening for you guys, and I hope you guys are excited about it, because it's going to bring out a lot of good things. So that is what I have for you guys, my beautiful Leos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs in this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Virgos, on the 2nd of January, Mercury is going to be moving into Aquarius at the same time that we're having a new moon in Capricorn. Aquarius rules your guys' 6th house, and Mercury is your guys' ruling planet, and the 6th house is a very Virgo house. So for you guys, this is going to be highlighting new routines, making new schedules for yourself, wanting to kind of just change things up. And I feel like a lot of Virgos, since they're all about like schedules and routines and, you know, getting their life together and things like that, the fact that we're entering a new year, it's not even surprising to me that this is going to be a highlight that's happening at the beginning of the year. But with Mercury being in the sign of Aquarius moving here, this is very much about like wanting to change things up a little bit, wanting to get out of your regular routine and kind of just like make a new one. And I feel like there's going to be a bigger focus on your mental health, your physical health, because again, the sixth house does rule health in general. So mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health are going to be a highlight for you in the month of January, and wanting to just make a better routine for yourself, wanting to make a better schedule, wanting to implement better habits. Like I keep hearing the word habits for you guys when I think about Mercury moving into the sign of Aquarius, possibly even creating new diets and things like that. As well as we have a new moon in Capricorn happening at the same time, which is going to be affecting your guys' fifth house. This is wanting to have more fun, your goals with fun. What are those? Because does Virgo make enough goals when it comes to fun? Possibly not, because Virgo is very focused on what needs to get done, what we need to do, what needs to happen. But with the new moon in Capricorn happening here at the very beginning of the month, which is your guys' fifth house, which is all about what do I want in my life? What are my personal goals? How can I make the best life for myself? How can I have fun? And so with the new moon happening here, I think that there's going to be a big focus around that and figuring out what makes you happy, and wanting to bring more focus towards that, wanting to bring more goals in your life that deal with your own personal happiness and your own personal fun. And also, since Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, this is also going to be getting rid of old restrictions, old limiting beliefs that you've had, limiting beliefs that you've put on yourself, and just desiring to have a better mental state in general, and to think about yourself in a better way, to think about life in a better way, and to kind of bring a focus towards letting go of the old stuff that has kept you restricted, that has kept you feeling tied down, that has kept holding you back. You know, it's finally time to break free from that. It's a very breaking free energy. And so January for my lovely Virgos is a huge breaking free month, and basically just wanting to get rid of anything that's holding you back, anything that's been toxic, any sort of just stuff that's been restricting you rather than, you know, benefiting you. Also on the 18th of the month is when Uranus moves direct in the sign of Taurus, as well as the North Node moving into Taurus on the same freaking day. So this is going to be huge. This is affecting your guys' ninth house. And I feel like this is going to be a huge focus on expansion and freedom, because the ninth house is about expansion. It is about freedom. It's that Sagittarius energy that wants to expand, explore more, have new philosophies, discover new things, and just expand in general. And so Uranus has been here for the past couple of years. And so I feel like for you guys Virgos, there has been this sort of energy of finding out what your restrictions are and highlighting those restrictions. And I feel like it's been highlighting where you restrict yourself too much and where you need to start being more open and expansive in your life. And that's been happening for the past couple of years. And so it's been highlighting all the areas where you're too hard on yourself, and also highlighting the areas where how that's been holding you back from your biggest goals and your biggest dreams and your biggest desires. There's been these areas that we need to shift. There's been these areas that we need to let go of for the past little while so that we're able to move forward, we're able to expand. And so it's highlighting all those areas where you restrict yourself too much. Maybe we've been restricting ourselves mentally too much, emotionally too much, physically too much. We need to start allowing ourselves to be. We need to start allowing ourselves to expand and have fun and be open. Okay, so with North Node moving here, this is really going to start to bring about purpose in this area. This is going to highlight your destiny in this area. So now it's finally time for you guys to reach your biggest goals. And Uranus is going to really help break you free. This is a huge breaking free time for all of my lovely Virgos, breaking free of restriction. Because Virgos have been too rigid, and Uranus has been moving through your guys' ninth house for the past little while, causing a lot of awareness to come about in these areas of where you restrict yourself too much. And again, North Node moving here, there's going to be a lot of desire to expand, and Uranus is going to help you break free of those limitations, those restrictions. And this whole transit of North Node being here is going to be happening over the next 18 months, okay? So this is going to be lasting here for a while. So there's going to be this expansive energy happening for the next 18 months. That's over a whole year and a half, okay? So over the next year and a half, 18 months, you guys are going to be focused on how you desire to expand and what purpose that you have on this planet, because the ninth house is also about your purpose, the footprint that you want to leave behind on this planet, the impact that you want to have on this planet. So for you guys, There's going to be new philosophies. There's going to be new learning. You guys are going to finally desire to, again, expand and break free of the old restrictions. And although that can be a little bit scary, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be good, and it's going to expand you guys in so many ways. This is going to allow you guys to expand in your relationships. It's going to allow you guys to expand in your material life. This is going to allow you guys to expand in your career in so many different ways. So the North Node moving here is going to offer a lot of good luck. Taurus, the sign that it is in, is going to help expand you guys in your career and your finances. So definitely keep that in mind as well. And it's also going to help you expand so that you feel comfortable expanding. Because Virgo likes their comforts, Taurus likes their comforts, but the ninth house is all about expansion. So we have to expand out of those comforts so that we can make a larger comfortable area for us. It's kind of like, we've been in a small room, comfortable here, but it's time for us to, explore the entire house and be comfortable in the entire house rather than in just one room. So that is what is going on here for for my lovely Virgos. Also, let me see if there's anything else that I wrote down. We also have Mars in your guys' fifth house. It's going to be entering your guys' fifth house at the end of the month on January 24th. And Mars moving into your fifth house, this is taking action on what is fun for you. Just like we were talking about with the new moon happening in Capricorn, Mars is going to be moving here. So it's finally time to take action on what you find fun. And then Venus is going to finally go direct in Capricorn, which adds just a nice flavor of self-love, doing something more for yourself. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys by the end of the month on January 29th, around that area and into the month of February, that you guys finally decide that you want to do more for yourself. You want to, uplift yourself and give yourself some self-love and some self-care. So that is what I see happening for you guys in the month of January. And of course, a little bit ahead, since we talked about, some major transits that are going to be happening over the next little while. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little horoscope. And again, definitely don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs in this video because it'll add some more depth into this month for you. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Libras, let's talk about your January of 2022. So we start off the month with Mercury moving into Aquarius, which is your guys' fifth house. This is happening on January 2nd, as well as we have a new moon in Capricorn on January 2nd, which is going to be affecting your guys' fourth house, okay? So with Mercury moving into Aquarius in the fifth house at the beginning of the month, this is going to highlight wanting to have more fun in your life, wanting to just change up your routines, change up your schedule, to enjoy yourself more, because the fifth house is all about enjoyment. It is also all about the self. It is also about dating. So if you guys are single, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are wanting to get back out there, wanting to start dating again. If you guys are in a relationship, this is about having more fun, getting back into the funness of life and the funness with your partner, some more romance, some more sparks and things like that. With the new moon happening in Capricorn in your guys' fourth house, this is highlighting wanting to make a better home life for yourself. There's more home life goals that I think you guys have. A lot of Libras are focused on their home life with this new moon happening in Capricorn. So what are your home life goals? Are you guys wanting to move? Are you guys wanting to do renovations? Are you guys wanting to, change up something around your home life? Because this is going to be highlighting that sort of area for Libras at the beginning of the month, as well as at the end of the month, because we have more stuff happening in Capricorn around the end of the month. So for example, we have Mars moving into Capricorn on January 24th, and this is action. This is taking action in your home life area. So this is wanting things to move in a new direction. This is us wanting to take action in this area, have a new beginning, have an ending and a beginning, because Mars is also Scorpio energy as well as Aries energy. So this is all about new beginnings and closing out old chapters. So a lot of Libras are going to be wanting to close out an old chapter in their home life and sort of have a new beginning here and focusing on what is the new trajectory. I want something new. I want to have a new sort of energy in the fourth house, which is the home life. We also do have Venus moving direct in Capricorn on the 29th. So as Venus moves direct in Capricorn on the 29th of the month, that is also adding a lot of more good energy into your home life. So as you guys begin to take this new action, Venus offers this comforting energy. There's this comforting energy where we're able to finally feel peace. We're kind of figuring out our trajectories in our home life and what we want to do. This can also be about beautifying your home life as well, since Venus is in Capricorn in your guys' fourth house. This can be about redecorating or beautifying your home. And with that being said, let's talk about the most major major things that are happening in January, because on the 18th is when Uranus moves direct in Taurus, which is your guys' 8th house, as well as the North Node moves into Taurus on that same day in your guys' 8th house. And the 8th house is all about endings and beginnings. And with Uranus being in here for the past little while in Taurus, I wouldn't be surprised if your guys' finances or career or just, you know, the physical world in general has been a little bit unpredictable and a little bit topsy-turvy, a little bit chaotic. It's been all over the place because Uranus is the planet of unpredictable changes. And so for the past little while with Uranus transiting your guys' 8th house in the sign of Taurus, this has caused a lot of unpredictability financially, a lot of unpredictability in terms of your material world, in terms of your career as well. So lots of unpredictable, unexpected changes sort of happening in this area. But with North Node coming into the picture on the 18th as Uranus moves direct, this is going to bring out a lot of clarity in this area. So for the next 18 months, because the North Node stays here for 18 months, it transits one sign for 18 months. So with this entering your guys' 8th house, this is going to start bringing out what is your real purpose in terms of your career. What is that purpose and what does it look like? This is going to start to catapult you guys forward into finding more stability with your money, with your finances. I feel like you guys are going to start saving a lot more. I feel like you guys are going to start realizing what your big goals are in terms of your bank account, in terms of your savings, in terms of your career and what you want to do, and in terms of your stability and what you actually want to do and where you want to be on this planet. What do you desire materially in your life? Because the North Node moving here is going to bring a lot of awareness to these areas and what your guys' biggest goals are here and wanting to find stability in these areas. So this is going to be highlighting what your real purpose is financially, what your real purpose is in terms of your career, and it's going to be closing out an old chapter. It's going to be closing out a huge old chapter since it is your 8th house. You're going to be ending an old chapter. So if things have been unstable before, they're finally going to start to bring out more stability in this area. Although Uranus is still going to be transiting here for a while, so it's still going to bring out unexpected changes. But with the North Node being here, which is all about good luck and destiny and purpose, it is going to allow Uranus to be more of a benefactor rather than a chaotic, unexpected twists and turns sort of situation. Now it's going to start bringing out a lot more stability, a lot more clarity, and bring out unexpected great changes. So expect great changes coming out in the next 18 months for you guys, my beautiful Libras, because this is going to start to bring out lots of endings, but good endings, because we're no longer going back into the past. The 8th house with Scorpio is ending all of the old stuff that was no longer serving us. This is also old relationships that no longer serve you as well, okay? So Libra, closing out old relationships, closing out old chapters, closing out old patterns and financial habits that were no longer serving you. This is closing out old career things that were no longer serving you and finally opening you up to your real purpose. Who do you really want to surround yourself with? Let's close out all the toxic old habits, because the 8th house is all about closing out old toxic habits and old toxic routines and patterns. No more are we going to be dealing with that. The next year and a half is about finally cleaning out all the clutter, cleaning out your closet, and making way for newness to come, because the 8th house is also all about blessings, new beginnings and miracles and blessings. So as you guys begin to clear out the old, this is offering this kind of like new energy to come in. So it's almost like a tower moment, because Tower is ruled by Mars. It's very Mars energy, which is also Scorpio energy. It's the traditional ruler of Scorpio. And also Aries, so it's all about those new beginnings and also all about the closing out of the old. So it's like when we move from the tower to the star, because the star is what comes after the tower. So if you guys know about tarot, that's the kind of transit that's happening right now. It's closing out all the old toxic things, which is the tower moment. It's closing out all of that. So even though it might feel chaotic, it might feel like lots is happening, it's actually working out in your favor, because it's bringing you to the star moment where you get this whole new magical reset where miracles begin to happen, unexpected miracles. You guys get to paint a new picture of whatever it is that you desire and whatever it is that you want, and it's closing out all the old stuff that was holding you back. So that is what is happening for you guys, Libra. That is going to begin in the month of January, and it is going to stick around for the next 18 months, and it's going to really start to clear out the closet and allow you guys to have these miracles and these brand new beginnings, especially in your home life, in your career, just like honestly all over. And it's going to be great. It's going to bring out miracles and blessings in your life like you've never seen before. So I'm very excited for you, my beautiful Libras, and go with the flow of it. The way that this will happen easier is if you go with the flow of closing out old chapters. Go with the flow of it. Don't try to reopen old books. Close them and reopen new books. So that is what I have for you guys, my lovely Libras, for the month of January of 2022. Don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Scorpios, let's talk about your January of 2022. On the 2nd of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn, which is affecting your guys' third house. Your third house is all about new learning. This is about where we have friendships, socialization, communication, mini travel trips, things like that. So the new moon in Capricorn over here is highlighting kind of like where we desire to go and sort of having a new beginning in terms of maybe a new hobby that we're striving to achieve. This could be a huge thing that's happening for a lot of Scorpios in the beginning of January, is striving for a new hobby, wanting to learn something new, desiring to have sort of a new goal in life. There's going to be this desire to have a new goal because it's a new moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about goals, things that we want to reach, new heights, wanting to be at the top. So I feel like a lot of you guys with this new moon here happening in the third house will have a new thing that you guys desire to learn about, or at least have a calling. There's something that's calling you in a new direction, that's wanting you to start something new or have like a new hobby or a new goal that you guys really desire to reach. Okay, so this is going to be starting off your month on a great foot, wanting to kind of bring out this new goal. It is also the same time that Mercury does move into Aquarius, which will be affecting your guys' fourth house, and the fourth house is all about your home life. And so with Mercury and Aquarius moving into this area, this is sort of like jump-starting a lot of new thinking around, maybe we're wanting to change things up a little bit around our home. Maybe we're wanting to fix things up. Maybe we're wanting to change up some things. So this could be changing up little things around your home. Mercury is very quick. It's very quick paced. And so I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys have some sort of new inspiration on changing some stuff up around your home. And on the 18th of the month, we have Uranus moving direct in the sign of Taurus, which is affecting your guys' 7th house. It's been transiting your 7th house for a couple years now. And we also have the North Node on that same day moving into the sign of Taurus into your 7th house. And so this is going to be highlighting your interpersonal relationships. So this is partnerships, friendships, and significant others and things like that. With North Node moving into this area, we're finally realizing, lots of our, like, who we want to really spend our time with. And it's also usually when North Node comes and transits this area, this usually brings in a new significant person into your life. And North Node will be transiting this area for the next 18 months. So within the next 18 months, there's going to be a focus on wanting to find deep connections, wanting to make really deep connections in your life. And with Uranus over here, and that has been over here for the past couple years, this has caused a lot of new unexpected shifts in your guys' interpersonal relationships within the past couple years that Uranus has been here. So this is adding a lot of major shifts that were unexpected, shifts within friendships, shifts within business partnerships, shifts within friendships and significant other romantic partnerships, all that kind of stuff. It's been causing a lot of just major shifts that were kind of unexpected in our lives. And with the North Node moving here, this is going to bring about, who do you really want in your life? That's going to be a huge question for Scorpios. Who do you really desire to have in your life? Who do we desire to let go of in our life? Who do we really see ourselves spending our time with? Who do we really want to give most of our time to? Because it's been chaotic, it's been all over the place lately, but with with the North Node moving here, this is going to allow you guys to start to really define what you really want in this area of your life. Who do you want to give most of your time to? Who's worth that, right? Who's worth most of your time? And this is starting to ask those big questions. And again, this usually does also signify a time where you meet really significant people in your life. When North Node transits the 7th house, this is a time where really significant people come into your life. And the fact that it's in Taurus, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys meet somebody who you're really, really comfortable with. Somebody that might also inspire work stuff for you, or might inspire adding more fun and more humor into your life, because Taurus is also the sign of humor as well, okay? So I really think that you guys are going to start to focus on who you really want to have in your life, and there is also going to be a significant person entering your life. They might enter as soon as the month of January for you guys, but the North Node will again be here transiting your guys' 7th house for the next 18 months. So within the next 18 months, there's going to be somebody new that's very significant coming into your life. This could either be a business partnership, it could be a friendship, or it could be a romantic partnership. Again, it's going to be different for each of you, because it is going to be, you know, depending on the rest of your guys' chart, depending on what else is going on in your personal life, it is going to affect how this person is, or what relationship you're going to have with them. But it will be some sort of significant partnership, relationship in your life that is going to be coming out in the next 18 months. Also on the 24th of January, Mars will be moving into Capricorn, which is your guys' 3rd house. This is going to allow you guys to spring into action something new, wanting to learn something new, wanting to do something new, a new hobby coming out, a new idea coming out that you guys are wanting to spring into action. These are new ideas. The 3rd house is where we get all these new ideas, and the fact that Mars is moving here in Capricorn, there's going to be some sort of new goal that you guys want to reach by the end of the month that is going to be coming into your awareness, and Mars is all about taking action on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys start to take action in a new area of your life. And then on the 29th of the month, Venus moves direct in Capricorn, which is in your 3rd house. So this is just adding in, you know, more inspiration into this area. This can be where we are socializing more, we're just feeling on top of our game, things are just feeling really good. Venus is just overall a really good planet that adds a lot of comfort and a lot of like beauty to that certain area of your life. So there is going to be this new inspiration that I think you guys are going to be really inspired by the end of January. So that is what we have going on for you guys, my lovely Scorpios. I hope you enjoyed this little horoscope. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. And don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising sign in this video, because that'll help add some more clarity and the overall energy of the month of January for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Sagittariuses, let's talk about what's going on for you guys. So on the 2nd of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn, which is going to be affecting your guys' 2nd house. Whenever there's a new moon in Capricorn, it adds this sort of like new goal, because Capricorn is all about goals, and the new moons are all about like a new fresh beginning, a new fresh start. And this happening in your guys' 2nd house, this would be a new goal financially that you guys want to reach. I feel like a lot of Sagittariuses will have new ideas around how they want to spend their money, what they really want to save up for, where they really want to invest their money. And on the 17th of the month, we also have a full moon in Cancer, which is happening in your guys' 8th house. So there's some sort of ending here around something emotional, because the full moon is about closing out old chapters, and being in the 8th house, this is also about closing out old chapters and new beginnings sort of happening. So I feel like a lot of Sagittariuses are desiring to have a new fresh beginning in January and wanting to sort of just create newness in their life. And Sagittariuses are all about new energy. They're all about shifting stuff up and changing stuff up. So I'm not even surprised about this, but the new moon in Cancer is wanting to like shift yourself up emotionally, wanting to have like maybe a new mental state. And Cancer does also rule psychic abilities, it also rules intuition, and it also rules the stomach. So what have you been feeding yourself, Sagittarius? What have we been putting into our body? Maybe we're wanting to change up our eating habits. Maybe we're wanting to change up, you know, the way that we're feeling intuitively. Maybe we're getting new intuitive feelings that are guiding us in a new direction in terms of maybe our diet, our eating habits, our emotional habits. Okay, so Sagittarius, what have your emotional habits been? Have your emotional habits been connected to what you've been eating lately? Because this full moon is about closing out those old chapters, and maybe in the new year, a lot of you guys will have new dietary ideas, maybe a new health plan, maybe a new intuitive plan. Maybe your body's been talking to you intuitively lately, and your emotions have been really wanting to talk to you. And so this is about listening to those emotions finally. I think a lot of Sagittariuses are going to be listening more to what their intuition's been telling them and going in that direction a lot more, whether that deals with food or not. I think a lot of Sagittariuses will be feeling a lot more. And so we're finally starting to listen more to our intuition. And also on the 18th of January, Uranus is going to move direct in the sign of Taurus. It's been in the sign of Taurus for the past little bit, and this is going to be happening in your guys' 6th house. And so with Uranus moving direct here, it's no longer retrograde. We're finally feeling like we're moving forward in terms of our career, in terms of our routine. We finally feel like we don't need to revamp this area, because I feel like when it was retrograde, there was this feeling that maybe we need to revamp our routine, maybe we need to revamp our health choices as well, because the sixth house also deals with health. And with the North Node moving here on the same day, the North Node is moving into your guys' sixth house in the sign of Taurus on the same day that Uranus moves direct in the sign of Taurus in your sixth house. This is going to add in new inspirations in terms of diet. This is going to add in new inspirations in terms of your health, in terms of your routine, your schedule, how you take care of yourself, your balance in your life between work and, taking care of yourself. This is also going to be listening to what your body really needs, because again, as I was saying with the full moon in Cancer as well, these two situations are very connected. So with the North Node transiting the sixth house in Taurus, this is also going to be about listening to what your body really needs from you. Okay, Sagittarius, what does your body really need? What has it been saying to you? Have we been running into maybe some health issues lately? Have we been running into mental issues lately, emotional issues lately, emotional blocks, mental blocks, physical blocks? What have you been running into lately? Has there been blocks in these certain areas? Because now it's time to focus on your mental, emotional, and physical health. When we have North Node transiting this area, this is finally figuring out maybe why we've been feeling off emotionally, why we've been feeling off mentally. And over the next year and a half, or 18 months to be exact, because that's how long North Node is going to be transiting the sixth house, we're going to be finally realizing where our mental instability was coming from, where our emotional instability was coming from, where our physical instability has been coming from. And we're finally going to be given the chance to healing this. And it's all about listening to your body, because intuitively we're going to start to get intuitive hits within the month of January. It's going to be starting in the month of January, and we're going to continue getting these intuitive hits, and our body's going to be speaking to us for the next 18 months, helping us figure out where we've been imbalanced and where we need to find better balance within our body. And so these are going to be coming up. Also, schedules and routines. You're going to notice there's going to be a desire to change up your schedules and routines, because this is what's been causing us to feel out of the loop lately, or, being kind of like feeling like we're not in alignment. This is finally about figuring out how to get back into alignment, and it's all about rescheduling new routines, new habits, new patterns, new focuses on your health, whether that be, again, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, figuring out the balance of that. And as you guys begin to listen to that, it will inspire you to create a new schedule, a new routine. And with this new schedule and new routine, there's going to be a lot of new inspiration that comes up, and tons of healing, where you guys are finally going to start to feel in alignment once again. You're finally going to start to feel freedom once again. I'll say that because Sagittarius love their freedom, and when they don't feel freedom and they feel blocked or restricted by anything, it can get a little bit hard, right? So this is about reinvigorating your freedom, reinvigorating your schedule. And usually, Sagittarius look at schedules and routines and they're like, no, that sounds like a restriction. But oddly enough, with the North Node moving in here with Uranus, it's going to kind of make you realize that this schedule and your routine is actually going to help set you free. The new schedule and routine that you're inspired to make is actually going to give you more freedom. Whereas beforehand, I feel like you guys were stuck in maybe a more subconscious habit that made you feel free, but was actually, keeping you stuck into a routine. But creating a brand new routine is going to help you get out of the old and help you kind of create a new sort of life, which is going to feel new and it's going to feel free. Okay, so I do see that happening for you guys as well. We do also have on the 24th, Mars will be moving into Capricorn, which is your guys' second house. So this is going to start to invigorate you to take action and inspire you to take action on these new habits and routines. It's going to inspire you to take action upon what you've been eating. It's going to inspire you to take action on the material world, the physical world. So taking action on your career, there's going to be possibly new career inspiration that you guys get, and you guys will be taking action on that near the end of the month. And Venus will be finally moving direct in your second house on the 29th. It's been retrograde for the past little bit, and it's going to finally be moving direct on the 29th of the month, which is going to allow you to feel more financial freedom. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys start to make more money by the end of the month, or run into some unexpected money, or feel like you have an idea that can expand monetarily for you guys and that you guys can benefit financially from this new idea. Or even investing, because Venus being in the second house in Capricorn can also deal with investing. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys get some brand new ideas around money and things like that by the end of the month. So that is looking great for you guys. Lots of new schedules, lots of new routines, and finally figuring out what's been causing you guys to feel off lately, and finally putting a fix to that, because you guys are finally going to learn what that was. And these new schedules and routines are going to help you get out of that and to finally find your footing again and find your inspiration. And it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited for you guys, my lovely Sagittariuses. Also, do not forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs in this video as well. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my lovely Capricorns, on the 2nd of January, there's going to be a new moon in Capricorn, which is obviously your guys' first house. So this is affecting your guys' self. There's going to be a new energy around wanting to remake who you are. There's going to be this sort of just, I don't know, new inspiration that's coming in the beginning of January for all of my beautiful Capricorns. This new moon is offering you guys closing out an old chapter and sort of reawakening a new you that has new inspirations, new creativity, new energy coming in, and it's going to be great. So that is happening on the 2nd of the month, and it's going to be happening at the same time that Mercury moves into Aquarius, which is your guys' second house. So this is new ideas around career, new ideas around money, new ideas around your physical world. So wanting to maybe buy something or purchase something new. It's going to just be a shift in energy at the same time that we're having this new moon in Capricorn. So it's just kind of like desiring to just create a new you at the beginning of the year, which makes total sense. It is the start of a year where a lot of people, have that inspiration. And for you, my lovely Capricorns, it's written in the astrology. It's literally written in the stars that you guys are going to have this new inspiration and new energy coming in that's going to be calling you to make new choices in your life and to sort of recreate yourself. And also on the 17th, there's going to be a full moon in Cancer, which is going to be in your guys' 7th house, because Cancer is your opposite sign. So in the 7th house, there's going to be a full moon. And full moons are about closing out old chapters, ending old cycles. And being in the sign of Cancer in the 7th house, this deals with relationships. This deals with friendships, partnerships, old relationships in our lives. So this is closing out old chapters, closing out old emotions from the past that might have been holding us back. So, on the 17th of January, I feel like all my Capricorns are going to be closing out some old, stuff from the past that they were attached to emotionally still. Maybe closing out old friendships that we realize are no longer working for us, closing out just an old cycle within our relationships, and that is finally going to be ending. That chapter is closing on the 17th of the month. And then the next day, on the 18th of the month, is when Uranus moves direct in Taurus, which is your guys' 5th house, as well as the North Node is going to be moving into Taurus. Sorry, there's sirens going on outside. The North Node on that same day is going to be moving into the sign of Taurus, which is also your guys' 5th house. So lots of 5th house energy happening, lots of Taurus energy happening on the 18th of the month. So Uranus has been in this area for the past couple years. So Uranus has been in your 5th house for the past couple years, which has caused a lot of shifts and changes in your dating life. If you guys have been single, this has caused a lot of shifts in your guys' idea of what fun means. And so I feel like you guys are shifting a lot in what you're interested in, what brings fun out for you. I feel like you guys have been questioning, what's fun for me? What do I find fun? What I used to find fun is not what I find fun anymore. And I'm finding new things fun that I didn't normally think were fun before. So it's been a lot of shifts in this area, a lot of shifts in who you are, how you like to spend your time, and what you like to do in this life, what your hobbies are. And so with Uranus over here, it's been adding a lot of shifts in this area, and it is moving direct, and the North Node is now coming in this area. So this is going to start to bring out the realizations and awareness of what you actually like to do with your time, how you actually like to spend your time. So all of my Capricorns are going through this sort of awakening of, what do I actually like to do? And if you guys have been single with North Node moving into your 5th house, there's going to be a desire to possibly start dating and focus on your dating life. If you guys are in a relationship, there's going to be a desire to add more spark into that relationship, add more fun into your life. So the North Node moving in here, what do you define as fun? And now it's time to start doing it, because North Node moving here is your destiny, your purpose. what do you enjoy doing, my lovely Capricorns? Because it's time to start focusing on that. And January is going to bring out that focus. And for the next 18 months, because the North Node will be transiting your 5th house for the next 18 months, this is going to bring about asking yourself the big questions of what do I enjoy doing? And life isn't all about work, because Capricorns need to hear that over anybody. Capricorns love to just hustle and work and do and, you know, put so much effort in. But now it's time to also have fun. How can we have a balance between fun and doing that? How can we bring about more fun into our lives, more fun into our purpose, into our work? How can we have fun doing what we want to do? How can we, you know, define what it is that we like to do? What do you actually like to do? And I think you're going to realize that there's a lot of shifts around here in what you like to do. There's going to be a lot of shifts in that area. And sort of finding out what you really want out of life. What makes you happy and what makes you fulfilled. And this is time to start focusing on you. What is best for you? Not what's best for other people, not all of that. This is asking yourself what's best for you and focusing on that. And I think there's going to still be a lot of shifts in this area because you're going to have tons more realizations over the next year and a half. But January is finally this beginning of what is fun to me and how can I start implementing more of that into my life and moving towards that. Your big destiny, Capricorn, is all about what's fun. And let's enjoy fun more. Your destiny is literally about let's just have more fun in life. So there couldn't be a better destiny for you for the next year and a half, the next 18 months. It's all about focusing on enjoyment, okay? And then also on the 24th, Mars enters the sign of Capricorn, which is your guys' first house. So this is taking action on this new you. This is you guys finally saying, okay, it's time to end the old. It's time to like actually move forward into this new me, this new desire, into this new energy. Because there's this new energy coming in at the beginning of the year. You guys have these new resolutions that I think you guys really want to focus on. And with Mars entering here, it's finally time to take action on that and just go in that direction. It is time to just do it. No more fears, no more holding back, no more questioning. It's time to just do. And then Venus, which has been retrograde here, in Capricorn in your guys' first house, is finally going to start going direct on the 29th. And so with Venus now moving direct at the end of the month, this is going to add a lot more fun, a lot more vibrance, a lot more beauty in this area. And so I feel like for my Capricorn, since this is in your first house, I feel like you guys are going to want to renew yourselves, possibly, you know, make some changes with your hair, with your clothes, with your style, with all of that. There's going to be this new energy coming in where you guys just want to be new and embrace this new energy and make these changes. And Venus is all about physical beauty and wanting to focus on just feeling really good, because Venus is all about just feeling good. So that is what we have here for you guys, my lovely Capricorns, for the month of January. Don't forget to check out your other sun, moon, and rising signs in this video to get a more all-encompassing energy for your overall month of January. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if so, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. All right, so my lovely Aquariuses, this is going to be your January 2022 month ahead little horoscope, so let's get into it. So first off, on January 22nd, we have Mercury moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is, of course, your guys' sign. This is into your first house. And so the planet of Mercury moving here, this is going to open you guys up more mentally. I think there's going to be a lot of ideas flowing in the beginning of the month, lots of new energy and just the flow of ideas, to be honest. So I think there's going to be a lot more inspiration flowing in, a lot more creativity, a lot more energy right at the beginning of the month. And we also have a new moon in Capricorn happening on that same day. The new moon in Capricorn is happening in your guys' 12th house. And so this is about sort of a new beginning mentally, sort of this fresh start mentally, and wanting to have new goals, because Capricorn is also about the goals that we reach. And so the new moon in Capricorn happening in your guys' 12th house, I think that there's going to be new goals that you guys realize that you have that maybe were unconscious for a while. And then all of a sudden we're having these big realizations of like, oh, well, since my life is sort of like, you know, going in this sort of new direction, there's all this new energy coming in, I now have this new goal. There's going to be new goals coming in that you guys have that maybe you didn't realize that you had before. So there's going to be a big focus around new energy, new goals coming in, new ideas rushing into your mind. And on the 18th of the month is where all the big stuff is happening. So Uranus is going to be moving direct in the sign of Taurus, which is affecting your guys' 4th house. It's been here in your guys' 4th house for the past couple of years. And when Uranus is in the 4th house, it causes a lot of changes in your home life. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Aquariuses over the past couple of years have either moved or have had some major changes in their home life, gone through major renovations, have thought about moving, are still thinking about moving again, just because Uranus is going to be here for a few more years. And so as Uranus has been transiting this area, it's caused a lot of shifts and changes in your home life, okay? So tons of Aquariuses have been either moving or making lots of changes around their home life. So Uranus is moving direct on the 18th of the month at the same time that the North Node is going to be moving into the sign of Taurus, which is also your 4th house. So North Node is moving in here as well, and the North Node is all about your purpose and your destiny. And so with the North Node moving into your guys' 4th house, it's finally realizing, where do I actually want to go? Where do I actually want to be? And the North Node is going to be transiting here for the next 18 months. So just over a year and a half, the North Node is going to be in your 4th house. So this is going to be the time when you guys are asking yourself, where do I actually want to be? Where do I want to end up? Where do I want to actually have my roots? Because the 4th house is all about your roots, your foundation. What do you want your foundation to actually look like? So this is shifting up lots of stuff in your foundation because Uranus is here as well, which adds tons of shifts, which is also your guys' ruling planet. So Aquarius, this is your ruling planet in your 4th house. What is your foundation? What do you want it to be? There's a lot of good luck here since it is your ruling planet. You're going to adjust very well with these changes, but there's still going to be tons more changes happening over the next year and a half. Where do you actually want to live? I would not be surprised if a lot of you guys think about moving again, because over the next year and a half, as North Node is here, you're going to realize where you actually want to be. What do you want your home life to actually look like? There's going to be more shifts here, realizing what your purpose is for your future, thinking about, how do I want my foundation to look? Because whatever choices that you make over this next year and a half are going to be that brand new foundation for you. That's going to be your brand new foundation. So there's going to be huge major realizations and awarenesses coming up of what your actual purpose and destiny is with your home life and with your foundation. And so January is the month where you guys are finally realizing, and that big question is coming up of like, what do I actually want? What is that purpose going to be? What is that destiny going to look like? What is my future going to look like? So January is the month that finally brings about that big question, and you guys are going to be seeking that and finding awareness and clarity over that for the next 18 months. And also the planet Mars on the 24th is going to be moving into the sign of Capricorn, which is your guys' 12th house. Mars always deals with new action being taken in a certain area, and being in your guys' 12th house, this is taking action on new ideas that you didn't even know that you had. The 12th house is also about our unconscious desires, our fantasy life. So how do we take action on our fantasy life? The 12th house, what are your biggest dreams that are beyond reality? What are those biggest dreams? Mars moving into this area is going to be asking you the question, how do we take action towards that? How do we make that a tangible reality? Okay, because Mars in Capricorn, how do we make that a tangible reality? How do we take our biggest dreams and make them tangible reality? And Venus is also going to be finally moving direct on the 29th. So it has been retrograde for a little bit in the sign of Capricorn, going through your guys' 12th house, but it is going to be moving direct on the 29th. And so as it moves direct in your guys' 12th house, this is going to be adding lots of good luck in this area, helping you guys really see a pathway of how we can make our dreams more of a reality. How can we make that a tangible reality for ourselves? So that is what's going to be happening for you guys, my beautiful Aquariuses, in the month of January. I hope you guys enjoyed this horoscope. Again, don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising in this video to get a more in-depth look at your overall month. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so my beautiful Pisces, let's talk about what's happening for you guys in the month of January of 2022. So right on the 2nd of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn, which will be affecting your guys' 11th house. This is really asking yourselves, what sort of friendships do you want in your life? What kind of people do you want to surround yourself with? What kind of purpose do you want to have on this planet? What is your footprint that you want to leave behind on this planet? And how can we do that? So the new moon in Capricorn, how can we make that tangible? What do we actually do? What is the action that we actually need to take? What are our goals with that? What are our goals with our big purpose? What are our goals when it comes to our friendships and the people that we have in our life? Okay, and this is happening at the same time that Mercury is moving into Aquarius, which is your guys' 12th house. So this is asking and bringing about subconscious things. All the subconscious stuff that we didn't really realize was there. So subconscious desires that we didn't know that we had. All this stuff mentally coming up when it comes to our friendships, the people that we're around, our belief systems about the world, world events and things like that. So all of this is going to be bubbling to the surface and what we really think about that. Also on the 18th of the month, we have Uranus that's going to be moving direct in the sign of Taurus, which affects your guys' 3rd house. And we also have North Node moving into Taurus, which is going to be, of course, affecting your 3rd house on that exact same day. So we have 2 major things happening in your guys' 3rd house on the 18th. And so Uranus being in your guys' 3rd house for the past couple of years has caused a lot of shifts in regards to your friendships. There's been a lot of unexpected shifts in your guys' friendships, also probably within your guys' again just a main social circle with what you desire to learn about. There's been a lot of just like all of a sudden just new news coming in all the time. I always notice that when Uranus is in the 3rd house, this is unexpected news coming in. All of a sudden these new discoveries, new learning constantly, unexpected learning, unexpected information coming in all the time. Uranus is going to be moving direct in this area, and we also have the North Node moving into this area. So this is realizing, okay, what direction do I actually want to go in terms of what I want to learn about, how I want to expand in my life, how I want to move forward in my life. So I think a lot of you guys, Pisces, have been sort of chaotic about what it is that you actually want to do. Okay, so the 3rd house, how do you actually want to move forward in life? Where do you actually want to go? What is your trajectory in life? What do you really want to learn about? What are you passionate about? North Node moving into this area is going to possibly bring out a new hobby for a lot of you, because North Node being in the 3rd house does inspire new learning. It also inspires new mindsets. So realizing that maybe our mindset has been very wishy-washy lately. And with the North Node moving in this area, we're finally going to define what we want our mindset to be. What direction do we actually want to go in? You know, North Node being here, what do we actually want to learn about? What do we want our hobbies to be? How do we want to spend our time? And this is also going to solidify or help you solidify what it is that you actually want over the next year and a half or over the next 18 months, because the North Node is going to be transiting the 3rd house for the next 18 months. So who do we really want in our life in terms of our friendships? Who are our real friends? Who do we want to spend our time with? How do we want to spend our time? Sorry, I have a hair that keeps like flying over. It's like really causing my nose to itch and stuff. But yeah, so who do we really want our friends to be over the next 18 months? Who's a real friend to us? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you start to make new friendships, new connections, a new social circle. I also wouldn't be surprised if you guys start to try out new different things, because the 3rd house is very Gemini. It's very much, I want to get my foot wet here. I want to try this. I want to try that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so for you guys with North Node moving over here, I feel like you guys are going to start to experiment with what it is you guys like to do, what new hobbies you guys want to get your fingers wet in, you know, what do you want to do? What is fun for you? And I think a lot of Pisces are going to start to get interested in a lot of different things and wanting to learn a lot of different things, wanting to absorb new information, because the 3rd house is also about information. And so a lot of Pisces are also going to be like, oh, I finally know what it is that I really want to explore, what I really want to get myself into, what I'm really truly passionate about, and it's time to finally go in that direction and learn about it and fully just immerse yourself into it. So a lot of Pisces, you guys are going to be figuring out what it is you want to fully immerse yourself into and what you really want to start to learn about and absorb into your life, how you really want to spend your time and all that kind of stuff. We also have on the 24th of the month, Mars is going to be moving into Capricorn, which is your guys' 11th house. And this is going to allow you guys to take action on what it is that you actually want to experience and create for yourselves, because the 11th house is all about your friendships and also your life purpose and the impact you want to have on the planet. And so with Mars moving into this area, this is going to call you to start taking action towards what you really want to be doing, what impact you want to have on the planet. This is also going to start calling you towards taking action towards making possible new friendships or expanding your social circle, and finding people that are more in alignment with you rather than spending time with people that you don't really feel in alignment with. This is time to start spending time with who you are in alignment with, who actually understands you, who gets you. Because Pisces, not a lot of people understand you to the depth that you would love them to understand you. Not a lot of people see your depth, because Pisces, you are very in-depth. You are a very in-depth person. Pisces is the sign of all the signs. They are all the signs. So you guys are very in-depth, very complex. And I feel like for you guys, you're going to start to desire people that actually understand that complexity and desire to see that complexity within you. And so Mars moving here, there's this new desire to possibly make new friendships and find people that do really align with you. And Venus will finally be moving direct in the 11th house in Capricorn on the 29th of the month. So this is also adding in sort of just a more fun energy here. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys start to have more fun within your social circle, or more fun within terms of what your purpose is and enjoying it more. I see you guys starting to enjoy life more by the end of January and just enjoying your time more and feeling like things are finally working and moving and going in the flow that you desire them to go in. So that is what we have for you guys for the month of January of 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and rising, your other signs in this video as well, because it'll help you get a more over-encompassing forecast and horoscope upon your month. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing month, an amazing start to this new year. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!